And that'll give us time to go through all those videos and sort it all out. So don't worry, you'll get your videos. Check out the gallery, our Transcendental Gallery on our site for many nice still photos, mainly taken by Kanai Prabhu. And, you know, if you missed the stream on Janmashtami itself or on the weekend, I mean, what can I say? That's when it was happening, and it was very, very good. So, stay with us, and, you know, we'll gradually go back to Godhead. Now I want to take up again Nectar of Devotion, actually the source book of our movement by Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī. Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī is like the architect of the Hare Krishna movement. He's the one who codified the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and he wrote all of the original literatures of our movement. And so, because he was the direct disciple of Lord Chaitanya, he had special mercy and was able to write all this material that is there in the scriptures, actually, but it's hidden, it's buried. Just like if someone has a fortune, you know, they may bury it in a certain place to hide it. And so this storehouse of this love of God that appeared with Krishna and which is recorded in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it's there in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, but it's been covered over, it's been buried in such a way that only the most astute analysis can uncover it, and only the most learned devotees can understand it. And this knowledge is collectively called Rasa Tattva. Rasa Tattva is a mixture of transcendental emotions that is necessary to satisfy Krishna. And when we produce these emotions in the proper proportion and relationship and mixture, then Krishna is very satisfied, and he grants with great spiritual advancement. So this science of Rasa Tattva is given here in the Nectar of Devotion, and all the tools and concepts necessary to generate this rasa, transcendental rasa that Krishna enjoys so much, are given in this book. It's a very unique book. It's the only book I know of that actually analyzes rasa using authorized scriptural examples, and shows actually how the great devotees satisfy the Lord with their devotional service. So to understand this science, a great deal of preliminary background knowledge is necessary. And so gradually we have been going over this background knowledge in the first wave especially, chapters 1 through 19. And now in the second wave, beginning with chapter 20, we're going over the causes of devotional ecstasy. And the causes are there are two kinds of causes, Krishna himself and Krishna's devotees. So at this point we're examining Krishna himself and the qualities that he has that make him so attractive to the devotees and stimulate their ecstatic love of him. So, which brings so much pleasure to the seeking soul. So this is chapter 23. We've just gone over chapters 21 and 22, Krishna's qualities, his 64 extraordinary qualities. And now we're going to discuss Krishna's personality. So this is a very wonderful chapter. But they're all wonderful. But this is especially wonderful. Śrīla Rūpa Gosvāmī states that although Krishna is the reservoir of unlimited pleasure and the greatest leader of all, he is still dependent upon his devotees in three ways. Yeah, you're all ears, right? According to the emotional status of the devotee, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is appreciated in three ways: as the most perfect, the very perfect, and as perfect. When he exhibits himself in fullness, he is appreciated by great learned scholars as most perfect. When he exhibits himself in lesser degrees, he is called very perfect. And when he exhibits still less, he is called perfect. This means that Krishna is appreciated in 3 degrees of perfection. In other words, Krishna, we just went through all of Krishna's 64 qualities. And some of these qualities are considered, the first 50 qualities are considered perfect. The next 10 qualities are considered more perfect, or very perfect. Yeah, very perfect is the terminology that he uses here. And when Krishna exhibits all of his 64 qualities fully, that is known as most perfect. Okay? These 3 degrees of perfection are especially exhibited as follows. When he is in Goloka Vrindavan, his transcendental qualities are exhibited as most perfect. When he is in Dvaraka, he exhibits his qualities as very perfect. And when he is in Mathura, he exhibits his qualities as perfect. Okay? In other words, when Krishna is in Dvaraka acting as the Yuga avatar of Lord Vishnu, he exhibits the perfect qualities, the 50 qualities of Lord Vishnu. What? Did I say Mathura? No, I mixed the 2 up. Sorry. Scratch that. When he's in Mathura, he exhibits as perfect all the 50 qualities of Lord Vishnu. When he's in Dvaraka, he also exhibits 10 more qualities that are not present in Vishnu, but are also present in the form of Lord Narayan. And this is called very perfect. And then when he's in Vrindavan, it says here Goloka Vrindavan, but I think that's an error. I think it's meant to say Gokula. Gokula is the manifestation of Vrindavan on this earthly planet when Krishna appears to display his pastimes. So when he's in Gokula Vrindavan, these pastimes and his form are exhibited as most perfect. All 64 qualities. Is that clear? I got a little confused there. Did everybody follow that explanation? Maybe? Kinda? Sorta? Get your dictionary. Carry it with you at all times. So, Krishna's personality is analyzed as Dhirodhata, Dhira Lalita, Dhira Prashanta, and Dhirodatta. Okay? There's 2 words that are very similar. Dhirodatta and Dhirodatta. In Sanskrit, when you have 2 consonants in a row, you pronounce both of them. So Dhirodatta is a different word from Dhirodatta, even though there's no space between the words. Dhirodatta means one thing, and Dhirodatta means a different thing. See, so we have to tune our ears to hear those double consonants. See, like Uddhava. It's not Uddhava. It's Uddhava. Yeah, there's U, D, and then the next letter is DH. See? Uddhava. Not Uddhava. Uddhava. So, similarly here, we have Dhirodatta and Dhirodatta. Okay. If one asks how a personality can be beheld in 4 quite opposing ways, the answer is that the Lord is the reservoir of all transcendental qualities and activities. Therefore, his different aspects can be analyzed according to the exhibition of his his limitless variety of pastimes, and as such, there is no contradiction. So Krishna is the reservoir of all qualities. Some of these qualities appear to be contradictory. They would be anyway here on earth. But in Krishna's personality, they're not at all contradictory, because after all, he has to be the reservoir of all qualities. And in Krishna, they are perfectly harmonized. So the first one is Dhirodatta. A Dhirodatta is a person who is naturally very grave, gentle, forgiving, merciful, determined, humble, highly qualified, chivalrous, and physically attractive. In this connection, the following statement given by Indra, the king of heaven, is very significant. My dear Lord, I admit that I have committed great offenses unto you, but I cannot express my feelings of regret. Being bewildered